Hey YouTube, YuGoRox97 coming at you with a deck profile on Zombies for this format. Yeah, Zombies is probably one of my favorite decks of all time. Because when I started playing, this deck was the deck to play. Goblin Zombies were really expensive. Mizuki was at 3, Plague was at 3. Yeah, I existed in that zombie format where Zombie Dad was like the best thing ever. Yeah, it was loads of fun. Card a safer turn, Plague Spreader was free. Yeah, that deck was really good. But this is the time where I got into the game, so Zombies have always just been one of my favorite picks, and it's a really good deck. Really control-y, and the way I play it is kind of a lot floater-y. I don't really know how they're played now. I haven't looked up any builds, so I kind of just want your guys' help and whatnot. So yeah, just to get started, 3 Goblin Zombie. I don't like the 2 just Goblin Zombie and a small Zombie Engine anymore, especially now that we have more Plague and Mizuki. So yeah, triple Goblin Zombie. It's the searcher for the deck, and you synchro with it. Well, anytime it leaves the field, you search a zombie, so it's really good for that. To Mizuki, this card being at 2 is great. That's all I can say. It just really slow, plusy grind. Can help you explode. 2 Plague Spreader, best tuner ever. This and Malicious make broken plays, and Plague Spreader just helps with the whole zombie synchro engine. Of course, 1 Zombie Master, just 1 because you need space. You don't really ever need the second one because if you really need it, you Mizuki him back. He's kind of just like a beach stick you can get. Can help explode, but you really don't use him that much. He just pitches like monsters from your hand. And I play 2 Pyramid Turtle. Some people might play Mystic Tomato over this, but I like Pyramid Turtle because you can get him back with like Zombie Master and Mizuki, because I play this deck really grindy and really floatery. I don't usually use Mizuki to explode that often. I mean, I do use him to explode because you can just go for a game with Mizukis, but it's really great to get back Pyramid Turtles or Goblin Zombies and stuff with Mizuki just so you can float. But Pyramid Turtle also can get Zombie Master, Mizuki, and you know, another Pyramid Turtle instead of just Mystic Tomato. Granted, Mystic Tomato can get Mally, but I just like Pyramid Turtle over Mystic Tomato. 3 Malicious, all commoned out and beautiful, obviously. Malicious is so good in this deck because you can just make level 8 synchros, and one of the best fields ever is Stardust Crimson Blader this format. If you can get a field of Stardust Crimson Blader, it's really good, which pretty much, to get that, all you need is Malicious and Plague Spreader. So, yeah, it's really, really good. And then 2 Diamond Dude. This engine's really cool. He has a lot of nice plays with him. He's a Destiny draw target, obviously, a good reason. But if you draw like dead Destiny draws and you have this in hand, you can top deck a D draw for Plague Spreader. And then normal summon this, mill the D draw, and synchro for 6. So he has some cool plays. He can just plus quite a bit. 1 Grepher. I only play 1, so it's really good when you draw him, but you don't want to draw multiples of him. He can fuel for Dad, pitch Mally. He can make rank 4s sometimes just by being able to special whenever. But yeah, Dark Grepher's pretty good. 1 Dark Armed, boss of the deck. You have to play him. When you drop this, you usually win because Dark Armed in Zombies is usually just the most destructive thing ever. Hand Traps 2 Maxi. You play these to not lose, along with 2 Veiler. You don't want to lose, so you play Hand Traps and a Gores. I'm thinking about maybe Trag over the Gores. I don't know. There are a few things I want to change to this deck. I'm just not sure what to change yet because I haven't played this deck in forever. 3 Destiny Draw. It's usually a really, really good card. I'm not going to say all the time. It's great for early drop Maliciouses. It's good draw power. It's great to hit off Diamond Dude for a free draws. But later in the game, when you start drawing it, it can be kind of dead, especially if you run through your Malicious earlier. However, if you play the deck long enough, you'll find plays that you can do to get this card live again, like that Plague Spreader Diamond Dude combo. So yeah, you just get a free +2 and stuff like that. You can always just pop it for Scrap Dragon. This deck's really good at bluffing back row cards too. So yeah. 2 Duality. It's really good because the deck doesn't really like always special summon. It needs its floaters, kind of like X Sabers do. This deck's very similar to X Sabers if you ever played that. So yeah, Duality is really good for getting your floaters or more trap cards if you're playing Stardust Control, because that's usually what this deck ends up as. Is I like playing it as Stardust Control and like floater beatdown. One Foolish can get your Mallies, can get pretty much your Plague Spreaders, Mizukis, can get anything you need. It's pretty cool to hit off Diamond Dude too. A Book of Moon, just great card overall. 2 MST. I don't have room for 3, but this deck can play through back row extremely well with the help of stuff like Stardust and Scrap Dragon, Thought Ruler, stuff like that. MST is pretty much for like Fiendish Chains and some really annoying stuff if I need to go off and they have 1 back row. And Dark Hole, obvious. Traps, 2 Mirror Force, really good. You played traps, like I pretty much play traps to protect the Stardust. Like in some games, I'll just leave traps in my hand, not using them on anything until I play my Stardust, and then I'll just set all my traps, and there's nothing they can do about it. 2 Fiendish Chain, really good trap. There's a lot of Light Swords at my locals also, so. Solemn, 1 Call, more Recurrence. I don't play Book of Life like I probably should, but this gets back like Crimson Blader and Stardust. So that's why I play that. And if they choose to MST Call of the Haunted, then you know I can get back Goblin Zombie. Compulse, good trap, and Torrential. Also good trap. I'm not playing Bottomless for room's sake. Like I said, any advice you have would be appreciated. Because I also want to play Burial from a different dimension, which would be really nice for like plagues and stuff. But I just can't find room, and I don't want to play over 40. But extra deck. Level 8, you got Stardust Dragon, really good. It's like the best synchro along with Crimson Blader. When you get a field of both of these, if your field looks like this and a couple of back row, you usually win, especially against stuff like dragons and pretty much anything. It's usually my winning field, but you can also, over the Crimson Blader, go like Scrap Dragon or Thought Ruler. I want to play a Colossal Fighter, but I actually don't own one, weirdly enough. But yeah, I can get that fairly easy. I play 1/7 because it's hard to make. Black Rose, obviously. Just like Malicious plus Veiler, if they have a field you really need to get rid of. 6s, Revive King. This card's really good because against certain decks, it can just slow them down a lot. Like if you duel X-Savers or anything like that, this card will help you like slow them down, like just until you win. However, it's 2450, so it's kind of big, and it's also a Mizuki. You can Mizuki it back for a little tiny boss monster or just a level 6 you may need. So it's in there for that. Psyhemoth, probably one of the best 6s we have right now. Probably the best generic 6 we have right now, actually, in my opinion, because it's just an out to everything, especially if you face something like Fire Kings. Just play this and just get that Garunix like out of there. And then Orient, get Synchro outs, you know. 5, you don't make these often, but Catastor and Librarian. Any one of these is susceptible to take out. I just really need to play 1/5 for that random Veiler Goblin Zombie search thing. So I'll probably take out Librarian for maybe Colossal Fighter. Rank 4s, Utopia, Cowboy. These are all very generic. They're just kind of outs. Black Ship. Crazy Box, he's really good under Skill Drain. And Maestroke, obviously. So yeah. The extra deck probably also needs some help. I just kind of got this deck. I got it for a really amazing deal. And yeah. So I built this deck off that. And any advice you have for me to fix this deck would be appreciated, because I really like playing this deck in any way to make it better that I'm just somehow missing. Let me know. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. This was Yu-Gi-Oh! 7. Sorry it's been a while since I uploaded, but that's besides the point. Some things came up, like my computer shut down for about 3 days for no reason, and you know, school sucks and stuff like that. So yeah, that was the deck profile. Hope you enjoyed. This was Yu-Gi-Oh! 7. Bye, YouTube.